Hello, my name is Derek Tung, and over the past couple of weeks I've been working with Jorge, Josef, and Zhiyan to create a virtual cultural world tour. We chose 5 stops from 5 very different destinations to illustrate ongoing issues concerning language, religion, urbanization, the environment, and finally, local economies. For our first cultural issue, we will be making a stop at the continent of Europe. While Europe does have an overwhelming amount of languages and history of which to speak of, in this video we will only be focusing on 3 places. These 3 places are Greece, Turkey, and Cyprus. On the first hand, we have Greece, and its citizens speak a language part of the Indo-European family. This makes it related to English and Latin. While on the other hand, we have Turkish, which is more closely related to Mongolian or Kazakh than any other language in the surrounding region. Over the past 700 years of history, these 2 peoples have not exactly had the warmest of relations, because the Greeks historically suffered ethnic and religious persecution from under the Turks' rule for about 400 years. This animosity is especially apparent on the island of Cyprus. You see, back in the 70s, the Turkish government violated the sovereignty of the Greek Cypriots in favor of setting up their own Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. Now, 40 years later, all of the cities and road signs north of the UN border have effectively turned into Turkish ones. And for our religion stop, we will go a little further east to the Caucasus Mountains, where we will look at the nation of Armenia. Armenians are said to be one of the very first peoples to adopt Christianity as their main belief system, with a historical line of church succession which dates back to even the very first apostles. However, fate has not exactly been kind to the Armenian peoples, as they have been increasingly surrounded by Islamic peoples, such as the Turks and the Iranians. While it is true that the Armenian genocide was not solely caused by religious differences, it still goes to show that Armenia fell a long way from being a former ally of the Roman Empire. For our look at urbanization, we will now travel all the way back to the New World, namely the city of Los Angeles. This map displays the impact we humans have had on Southern California. As you can see here, major cities like Los Angeles contribute massively to carbon levels, decreases in natural resources, and an accumulation of man-made waste. In order to address these issues, future politicians will have to find a way to encourage the use of more renewable energy and ecologically friendly decisions. As a comparison to Los Angeles, we can use our English-speaking cousins in the Southeast Hemisphere. Nope, not Australia, but New Zealand. You see, though its largest and most populous city has a population density comparable to Los Angeles's, its infrastructure concerning the use of hydroelectricity and biodiesel ensures that its air quality and standards of living are higher than those which you would find in Los Angeles or even San Francisco. Now we come to our final stop, to a South American country called Brazil. Among Brazilians, there is one common complaint, and it is that the northern region of the country is dragging the economy of the rest of the country down. About 30 years ago, a major Brazilian newspaper company called Jornal do Brasil sent one of its journalists to northeastern Brazil in order to report on a drought. What he found instead was fellow Brazilians starving to the point where they had to eat rats and lizards to stay alive. Though the situation has much improved since the 80s, the fact still remains that the northern Brazilian region is still the poorest region in the entire country. Now, as for proposed solutions to the problem of northern Brazil, many southern residents have seriously considered the option of completely abandoning the north and separating to become a new nation with a cost of living and a development index which would be comparable to some European countries. And with that comes the conclusion of our virtual cultural world tour. Thank you for watching. My name is Derek Tung. Goodbye.